Okay, so second video attempt here is Spider 20. For those people who like shorter videos, hopefully this is a good series for you. These definitely won't be as long as my normal videos, hopefully. I just want to talk about a few things about Spider 20 because that is the dungeon that I totally got stuck on. So, up until then, I did every dungeon in probably just a few attempts. There's a couple attempts per dungeon. But 20 probably took me, I'd say, 4 to 8 hours, depending how I look at it, in terms of playtime, to try to figure out how to beat it. Partially because of the affinity. Most of my high damage characters I was trying to use were of the force affinity. And two, maybe I was trying some strategies that didn't work as well. So I only had 2 cold hearts. And at the time, so I finished the spider 2 days ago. And I was watching Reddit, looking on Discord, looking for how people were beating it, and I saw most people were using the 3 Coldheart strategy. Coldheart is a fantastic character for Spider's Den, as has been seen in my previous videos. I think there's some other heroes that can also be very good. Let's go over a few of them here quickly. Obviously, Royal Guard is pretty good because he has a very similar ability where he has a tackle enemies based off their max HP, which is super good. And he also has the chance of reducing target's turn meter, both of which are super good. They are on different abilities, so that's not ideal. And also his turn meter reduction is random, so when you have a lot of extra little spiders up, not guaranteed to hit. So that's a little bit of a problem with Royal Guard. Also being epic, I mean that makes it tricky to skill him up to reduce the cooldowns, which you also want. So he can be used in place of Coldheart, but I think Coldheart is still probably the best hero for that purpose. The problem with Coldheart, though, is she's super squishy, so she dies really easily. So you have to figure out how to work around that. Another character that is also really good is Allure, also the right affinity to attack the Spirit Spider boss, and her turn meter ability is actually on her A1, but it is also random, so not guaranteed to always hit the spider when there's all the little spiderlings up. So you kind of also need to pair them with some decent AoE. The 2 best AoE are both legendaries and possibly hard to get. Probably Ray from the Dark Elves here. She has tons of great AoE abilities. She also provides an amazing speed boost in dungeons, so you'll want to potentially use that. Speed boost is super important. And then Big Gun from the Ogryn tribes here. Also super good. So I was using Big Gun quite a bit. I was trying to work him into the team the best I could. But in the end, I ended up going with a non-AoE strategy and just the single target burst spider down as fast as possible strategy. While doing that, my cold hearts kept dying. And I was trying to figure out how do I keep them alive. I had Badal trying to heal them. I was trying to use a tank of off affinity to use them, so I actually leveled up Spider to level 60 and started to skill him up. He also has a speed aura, which was pretty good, so I could use that. And he has a great ability of using decreased defense and weaken. And I put a bunch of skill tomes on him in order to get the buff chance up, so it would work. In the end, I will show you a Spider 20 video here. So I will do one quickly. And we'll see if I actually win. So my strategy now is definitely not 100%. And so we'll stick. I either use Spider or use Fushan. The problem with using Fushan is he doesn't have the weaken debuff, and if he misses, let's go with Fushan or Spider. 50-50 on either one. Let's throw in Spider because it's the only thing I'm using him on, so make some use out of him. So 3 cold hearts. A Spider lead for the speed aura boost, and Sir Nicholas. And Sir Nicholas was sort of the key. I tried a lot of strategies using healers and things like that. It just didn't work. But Sir Nicholas is the only way that I can keep the cold hearts alive. So I stacked Sir Nick with speed. He's at about 190 speed. Turn down the sound here so it doesn't overpower my voice. Because I really need Sir Nicholas's shield ability to happen as much as possible. The shield is a beast on this level with all the spiders up. They help the cold heart survive the tankiness. There are occasions, though, if the spiders do break through the shields, that cold heart goes down, and then I have to restart. So this is my strategy. One other thing that I've seen people do is use a cooldown reduction ability so that the Coldheart's Heartseeker ability gets reduced. The trick to it, and people might have to verify this for me, is people like Prince Kaimar will use their A3 ability first. Coldheart uses her AoE attack first. So if Kaimar uses his ability before all the Coldhearts have used their Heartseeker ability, it's kind of wasted. So that's the unfortunate part. So you either have to make Coldheart double the speed of your Prince Kaimar, or attack manually, which does not get you the progress missions. So that was something to figure out. Painkeeper is another choice. I think she may also do the same thing, where she uses her A3 turn meter or turn cooldown reduction ability too early. But I don't have either of those characters, so there goes that idea. The other one I've seen people use is Martyr. Martyr's a great character because she provides the decreased defense down and the counterattack abilities. I've seen people use HP burn, so Ignatius is quite common here because the HP burn stacks on all the little spiders, and then every time they attack, they do a little damage back to the boss, which does add up quickly as well. Venus, who is a Void legendary, also has a similar ability, but very hard to get. So those combos are the ones I've seen work right now. I'm sure there's other combinations available if you have the right characters. Allure or Ignatius, if you have their combinations of them, you can probably make another clan boss team work. However, for me, this was the only one I could make. I don't have Ignatius, I don't have Painkeeper or Kaimar, I don't have Martyr, so this is what I went with. And I've tried so many combinations. I tried Lysandra for her speed increases and turn meter down. He's big good for many different combinations, and everything I tried. I tried to do a sustain slow attack, like AoE attack, but these spiderlings on stage 20 here just have so much damage. It just became too difficult to get through that. Oh man. So this is getting even pretty close. I'm hoping that the last Coldheart here still has Heartseeker. I wasn't watching too closely, and that it turns into a win. But yeah, like you can see, so defense down is also critical. Without the defense down, Coldheart's Heartseeker ability doesn't do enough damage. It only does like a third of the damage it normally would. But there you go. Heartseeker came in, and we get a little 5-star barb amulet. Quick to crit damage, not too bad. So that's how I ended up beating Spider stage 20. I'm interested to see other people's Spider 20 auto videos. I know a lot of people don't have 3 Coldhearts, and most people don't want to level 3 Coldhearts and fully skill them. I will show you my characters quickly here too, just so you get an idea of how they are geared. Start with Spider. So from the progress missions, you get a full set of legendary 5-star immortal gear. 2 of the pieces turned out to be pretty decent, so I stuck those on Spider. My goal was just to make him very tanky, so I was going for HP and defense. That's why he also has resistance gear that I happened to get a pretty decent roll on, and speed, right? So, and accuracy. So I had to make sure that his abilities landed because he's off affinity to the Spider. So still needed high accuracy, needed high speed, but damage abilities I didn't really care about. So that's why I geared Spider. Sir Nicholas. And Spider skills I think are mostly skilled up. But yeah, so use the wasted, we'll say, a bunch of epic tomes on him, but he got the job done, so not too bad about that. Sir Nick also is fully skilled up. The key really being the shield ability. Like I really needed that on as low a cooldown as possible. I bumped the speed up to 190. Before I had him just a pure tanky type character for his shield ability, and his speed was around, I didn't have speed boots on him, so it was around like 130, 140. Needed to switch all that up. Wasn't too concerned about the damage, but it has to be high enough that his shield does as much shield as possible. Doesn't necessarily have to crit, just needs to do a good chunk of damage. So mostly went with, so I put the shield set on him, so that provides a shield to start with for the first couple rounds. Because it's really that first round that if my first Coldheart there that gets attacked died, game over. So I could have gone with an HP set on Cernic, but I had a decent shield set with speed on it, so that's what I went with. The Coldhearts didn't need to get masteries. So Spider doesn't have masteries, my Cernic does. My first Coldheart does have the masteries, but you can see the other two do not. I just kind of got the crit damage and a few of the easier to get ones. And then all of them are fully skilled. So I need the cooldown on Heartseeker. So that's pretty important. So I think they all had that. But their gear is basically get crit rate to, you only need 70%. This one's a little bit higher. I think that's my better geared Coldheart. And just max out crit damage. It isn't, the crit is the most important thing. Crit damage is also important, but the difference between 100% crit damage and 160% crit damage isn't necessarily that big on the clan boss. It might be 200 or 300k, but with 3 Coldhearts, you probably will still do enough damage to them with 6 Heartseekers. Could be higher. I've seen people running, in the 220 to 250% crit damage total, and it probably is a little bit easier, but it's just harder to get. I don't have that much good gear to use on the 3 Coldhearts. So I think I have really good gear, but could definitely be better. And they are kind of expensive to keep around with 3 of them geared up that well. So that was my clan boss team. Hope that helped you guys. I'm sorry that I don't have an easier solution to Spider 20 right now. I struggled with it for a long time. And having the Coldhearts around isn't terrible. It makes other dungeons go faster too. Like I use Coldheart sometimes on the Dragon's Lair, or even for Minotaur and stuff. She's very versatile, just very squishy. So cool. Hope that is a cool video for you, and I will be gearing up Arbiter ASAP as soon as she gets masteries, and I will be making some more videos on that. So cool, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good one. See you in the next video.